opening title scene is snapshots of Ginger.
I love it.
You get it? Snapshots of Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger snaps, if you will. Get it?
Oh, wait, like snapshots? Like snap?
Yes!
Whoa, you're so smart.
I think this title sequence crackles and pops, if you ask me. Snap, crackle. Anyway.
It's time to hack the movies. Today, we're talking about tapes with Tony and Crystal and Johanna.
Talking about tapes.
Hey everyone, I'm in this dinosaur park and I seem to have lost my wallet. Have you seen it? It's a smart wallet, the kind made by Exter. It's thin and covered in premium leather. It keeps your cards nice and secure and even has a button that pops them out with ease. I feel so safe when it's on me because Exter wallets have RFID protection. That way I can rest easy knowing no one can get my information. Wait a minute. I just remembered my Exter wallet comes with a solar-powered Bluetooth tracker. When it's missing, I can activate the tracker using the app and it will start ringing. I can also use the tracker to find my phone. Let me try using it now. You could go to the link in the description of this video and get a discount today. Ah! Hello, Crystal. Hello, Johanna.
Hello, Tony.
Hi.
I'm testing out my Halloween decorations here. What do you guys think?
I actually really like them.
It's pretty good. I got a scarecrow and
I like the lighting.
a ghost, red lights. I've got a bat over there. Look at that bat. It's a bat.
That was a little aggressive.
It was my nails. It just went.
We got a.
Flicking his head. Why is his head?
Yeah, why is he bent?
He's been moved around a lot. He's,
So you bent his head, the most important part?
look, don't talk about it. Anyway, I got a creepy skull. We got a creepy skull in the shape of New Jersey for some reason. Anyway.
What?
Today, we're talking.
Ginger snaps! It's happening! I hit the thing.
Ginger snaps.
Ginger snaps.
It's about a ginger named Ginger who snaps. And you're a ginger.
I'm a ginger.
And you're pretending to be a ginger.
Yeah, I go through that a lot.
Oh, sorry. I happen to have a copy of Single White Female here.
You asshole!
That movie where the girl gets obsessed with the ginger and then starts dressing like her and tries to kill everyone.
Because gingers are awesome.
Yeah. I don't know what this is doing here. I don't know why.
See, this
a
joke...
movie about a fake ginger trying to be a real ginger is just sitting here. I don't know why.
This joke would have been funnier if you told us about it, because I totally would have matched t-shirts with her.
God damn it, yes.
So you ruined everything, Tony, per usual.
Anyway, Ginger Snaps. It's we love this movie. We watched it all the time, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so.
Yes.
So.
Yeah, tell your story.
Oh.
Wait, there's no story. I just never.
Tell your story!
I always knew about this movie.
Okay.
I always wanted to see it. They played it on HBO a million times, but like I never caught it from the beginning. And then I never set a reminder or anything to watch
I had this on DVD.
Nice.
He never asked for it. Just saying.
Yeah, you can also stream. How have you seen every other movie, especially the shitty ones? You've seen the fucking Wrong Turns. All of them.
Whoa.
Before you saw Ginger Snaps.
Whoa. Wrong Turn 2 is fucking great, and don't make me fight you on that. I fucking love Wrong Turn 2. And the director retweeted me when I said I love Wrong Turn 2. So I never got around to it, and my grandfather, I knew he had the second one. It was a 5-night rental. That son of a bitch.
Not anymore.
No, when video stores would go out of business, he would just buy up a bunch of their cheap DVDs. So he had this in his collection, but I never watched 2 because I never saw 1, and then I just never got around to seeing 1. However,
shame.
But you saw all these other shitty movies.
And this is a great movie.
This is
like this is like a
I've seen
great
a lot
movie.
of other
really fucking good.
Okay. I'm sure there's a lot of great movies you guys haven't seen.
What, Mummy Cop? No one wants to
That's
watch
not a
Mummy
movie. That's a web series. Have you seen Daughters of the Dust? There you go. Anyway, I feel like I'm the only person I know who's seen that movie. Anyway,
I'm gonna watch tonight and say I've watched it then.
you're gonna be like, why did Tony recommend this movie? This doesn't seem like a movie he would watch. Yeah, so I finally saw it on Joe Bob's The Last Drive-In.
Yes.
Finally saw it.
So happy when I saw that they were doing that.
Yes, and I really, really enjoyed it. Now,
It's
I
really
want to
good.
mention,
Yeah.
we have a lot of werewolf movies here on
Yeah.
set.
Yeah.
We will be starting. I know we do 2B Tuesdays on Patreon. They're not every Tuesday. Relax, people, because people thought they were going to be every Tuesday, and it's like, hey, some of our episodes have been running a little long. I only have so many editors. But we want to start doing. We want to start doing Werewolf Wednesdays. So this is like kind of like the test pilot episode for that. But yes, so Ginger Snaps. When did you first see this, Johanna?
Oh God, it was like maybe like 2 years after it came out.
Was it also on HBO? Apparently, that's where a lot of people saw it.
Oh, I don't even remember.
Okay. And okay. Well, great fucking storytelling there. Crystal, when did you first see the movie?
I'm gonna sound like such an asshole because I just made fun of you for not seeing it. I didn't see it until this year when I had COVID.
What is this shit? You've been giving me shit for months. Months.
Still saw it before you.
So
I didn't know it existed until I'm
she's
literally going on
allowed
Shudder and I saw it
because
on my own.
look at that face, like, and then there's your face, and you're like 75, and yeah. So she's allowed.
Mainly because you're 75.
You know, women power, because this is a feminist movie.
Because it's also, I'm a ginger, so it's fine.
So yeah, I'm actually shocked I hadn't seen this sooner because I really like Katharine Isabelle. Mm-hmm. Crushing hard on her for years.
Oh, she's so hot.
Yeah, she's on Twitch now.
Really?
Yeah, everyone's got a fucking Twitch now.
I'll fucking watch her.
Every celebrity has a podcast or a Twitch now.
I don't care,
That's
I
what
still watch
COVID did to us. It gave us celebrities trying to start a Twitch or podcast.
Isn't she, what, 45 now?
No, I think she's 39, you jerk. No, the other actress is 44.
That's what I'm thinking
Which is
of.
funny because she's
4 years
playing the younger sister.
Yeah, she's
so
4 years older.
Yeah, I guess we'll talk about that. It stars Katharine Isabelle and Emily Perkins. Emily Perkins from It, the original It. Mm-hmm. They auditioned on the same day.
That's so cool.
And they were born in the same hospital and attended the same preschool and elementary school and private school and worked through the same talent agency and both guest star on the show Supernatural.
Yeah. And then they're obviously sisters in this, but apparently they were also sisters in some shitty Disney Cinderella movie too with Selena Gomez. Yeah, I saw that too. And I was just reading because I watched this again on YouTube because it's free on YouTube for some reason.
And Tubi, and it's on Shudder, and it's on Amazon Prime, and it's on everything you can see. Anything.
But I was just scrolling through the comments and someone said that. And I'm like, wait, Cinderella movie? And I'm like, oh, the Hilary Duff one or something. Yeah. It wasn't. It was a Selena Gomez thing. And I was just like, oh, wow, they really like playing sisters.
They were also in X-Files together, too. I don't think together in episodes.
No,
I think
they had separate episodes. Yeah.
But
so
they didn't know each other?
Maybe they knew of each other because there is an age difference. They just happen to be in a bunch of the same things. Did anyone see that new Cinderella on Amazon Prime?
No, I don't want to.
I saw the publicity stunt where they stopped traffic. Yeah, they all dressed in character. And James Corden dressed up as a mouse, and he like dry humped the air next to someone's car. And him and Idina Menzel and whoever
Idina Menzel.
Huh?
I love Idina Menzel.
Well, she stopped traffic, so you better
It didn't stop traffic. Now, so if you knew what you were talking about, if you would actually do some research, Tony, they run out when there's a red light, and then they do the thing, and then they run back.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know
it's not
what?
Stopping traffic.
You know what would make me fucking run a red light and floor it? Seeing James Corden dressed as a mouse.
The moment I saw the dry humping, I would have just hit my gas.
You could not have stopped my car if I saw that happening.
The dry humping's a little odd.
Then you can get a better car once you total it.
Not one crazy. My car is beautiful. There just wasn't.
Took you a minute.
There wasn't one crazy person driving that day. We couldn't have one crazy person who saw James Corden Not to kill him, but just to like, give him a
Oh
scare.
my God.
Just to give him a little bump and a
A
scare.
little love tap.
Yes. Just the Philly love tap going on right there. Oh. Why are we talking about this again? How did him
Cinderella got-
Ginger Snaps
Yeah.
was on Amazon Prime.
Oh, gotcha.
So
Amazon.
Ginger
Okay.
was going to be played, or it was offered to Sarah Polley,
Yeah.
who turned it down, and Natasha Lyonne, who also turned it down.
What a babe.
Natasha Lyonne?
Yeah.
All right. She got arrested when she was drunk driving, and she apparently was bragging about how she was a celebrity to try to get out of it, if I remember that story right. If I don't, I'll delete this. But I think Natasha Lyonne was like, I'm famous, leave me alone. And I aspire to do that one day.
I'm surprised you
Don't you do that
haven't.
now?
Yeah. He does that
I
everywhere.
haven't been pulled over by a cop, but if I ever am, like,
That's
No.
what you use. You don't use that your father.
Yeah, no. One time we were pulled over and he's like panicking, and then they saw that he had the freaking police thing on the license
Yeah,
plate because
like-
it was his dad's
Yeah.
thing or whatever. And then the cop was just like, "Oh, like, are you a cop?"
no, because I was driving without my lights on.
Yeah, because you're an idiot. And then they asked if you were a cop, and then you're like, "No," and they're like, "All right, well, your lights are off." And then you turn them on, and then they're like, "All right, have a good day," and then just drove off. And I'm like, must be nice.
Yeah. Yeah. My friend, she was pregnant and her husband is a cop. So she loves to flash. She's like texting and speeding while pregnant. They'll never give a pregnant cop's wife a ticket. And I was like, dangerous. You're living on the edge there, girl, but go you. I love her.
So Katharine Isabelle and Chris Lemich and Christopher Redden were all on Goosebumps.
yes.
Dun, 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 dun.
That's my ringtone.
And Are You Afraid of the Dark?
Aw.
favorite show as a kid.
But yeah, and also this says it was filmed in Panavision, but it was not. Just an interesting. These are all Newt's notes.
Yeah, I know. Sounds like Newt Notes.
However, I like that the script was co-written by a woman who did not like horror movies.
Yep. She actually wrote that down, how she said, I knew that. Oh, wait. No, that was a different quote. She said, due to the horror genre reputation.
You want to try that again? The horror genres.
The horror genre's reputation for weak characters, poor storytelling, and negative portrayal of women. However, she was convinced that they would do a interpretation of the genre.
Oh, yeah. I think it's pretty
I
good.
think it was actually
Yeah.
really done really well.
Yeah,
I
it's
do.
very character driven
You care
compared
about
to a
the
lot of
characters.
other werewolf movies. And the director, his name escapes you right now. He did
John Fawcett.
Yeah, he's done a lot of TV stuff.
Yeah,
a lot. And I've actually seen a lot of his stuff on TV.
Well, he said
He directed the Doom Patrol episode of Titans season 1. So he basically directed the backdoor pilot for Doom Patrol, and that's a good show.
he do a couple of horror. I think he did the Freddy or the Nightmare on Elm Street TV series. I think he
Really,
directed
that far
one.
back? I don't know.
I
about-
don't
know.
remember. I think I'm
but
making
yeah,
things up,
and
guys.
this project was funded by Canada's weird film fund
They
thing.
have a lot. They do so much tax breaks for
Yeah.
films. Like apparently, it's really great to go make a film in Canada because they will help you out a lot. But they actually had a lot of trouble finding funding for this one because when people read it, they're like, "Oh no, this is a lot of kids
Well,
and
because
high schoolers."
As
and
they were
and
making it like
violence.
6 months before
Columbine.
Columbine
Yeah.
happened. And there were
Yeah.
a lot of people trying to equate it, and it's like, it's so not Columbine.
There's no guns.
Not really, no. There's
Some bullying.
Yeah,
there's
there
not even a
actually
lot of-
isn't that much violence. at
honestly,
all.
there's not even a lot of killing.
Yeah, like
She
that
even-
too. But like, there's like some bullying, but like the sisters fight back with it. It's not even like
Yeah.
they're ripping them apart for being gay or whatever the hell is going on. It's just kind of like
No.
typical high school bickering. Like the
And-
preppy blonde girl's a bitch, and
Yeah.
It's not
the
like
other
she
girls
was-
are in the occult stuff. Like,
Yeah, it's not like she wanted to kill humans anyway, too. She kept killing the dogs.
yeah.
And
Well,
she even
let's-
said, like, oh, would you eat her or whatever? And she's like, no, that's like having sex with her. It's not, it had nothing to do with that
Well,
kind of shit.
Speaking of that, let's get into this movie. Now, I think it's odd that women love this movie so much. Because this starts off with a mother and child finding their dead dog in the yard. And all women ever talk about is how much they love heckin' cute pupper doggos. So a movie that starts off with like a mutilated dog, I'm surprised you chicks are into this.
There's a lot of mutilated dogs in this, and we kind of get over it real fast.
I'm just saying, you don't care about the puppers?
I absolutely care about the
Seeing
puppers.
as the actual dogs don't die.
Do you use the word pupper and doggo?
No.
Sometimes.
Oh, I fucking knew it. I
And
knew
I
it.
call all doggies puppies.
Yeah, every dog's a puppy.
Like, even though it's clearly like a 13-year-old dog that's literally like
I don't
on its
care,
like
it's a
last
puppy.
legs, I'm like, hello, you are a adorable pupper.
Do
You're
you
the most
do?
I still have
beautiful
my
puppy in the
childhood
world.
dog's ashes in my house, and she's like, "Look at that puppy," and I'm like, "Dog's been dead for 15 years. I don't think it's a puppy anymore."
It's a Rottweiler, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have the ashes just sitting there?
Yeah, my mom got the ashes in the box, and I think she intended to do something with them, and just never got around to
It
it.
was always
wish
just
my
kind of
parents did
sitting
that.
there. Oh, I have my ashes of my 2 dogs that died. That I
I
have the
wish.
huge tattoo on my leg for.
My parents just kind of like buried in the backyard and literally put a trash can over it.
Yeah, that's what you
I'm
do.
not kidding. I'm not kidding about that. There is trash cans next to my dog Missy's grave. And they found a dead bird on top of it actually a few days ago.
So the dog killings have been happening for a while in this town because
Hear this talk about
Brigitte, or
hamster.
B, they call her B, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. B like walks in with Ginger, and she's like, "Oh man, another dog died."
Yeah, the lady runs out with her kid because the kid started smearing the blood on his face because the
Sandbox.
ball was in the sandbox, and then and then she like runs out like Baxter, was it?
Baxter?
I think it was
Something like
it's
that.
like, oh, thank God, Baxter! Like freaking out, like, oh my
All
God!
the
And
kids are
everybody's
just
just kind of
like-
like,
She's like,
all right, anyway, I'm gonna go back to playing hockey
back
in the
to
street. Like,
fertilizer.
yeah.
I
But she
love
comes
that
in
line.
and they talk about their suicide pact.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Out by 16, or what is it? Out by 16 or dead in the ground or something like that.
Something like that, yeah. They're back.
Out by 16 or dead in the scene, but together forever.
Fucking chicks are so dramatic.
And what about it?
And she's even practicing like cutting and whatnot.
She wasn't practicing.
No.
She was just. She had the knife, and she's like, And then she's like, oh, I don't think I want to go out that way.
Yeah, would she say it's too girly or
Yeah.
something?
Yeah.
Like, that's too girly to go out that way.
Yeah.
But
But then.
number one, she was doing it wrong because she was going this way.
Oh God! Yeah, I know you've seen the craft. I know you've seen the craft.
It's not even the craft. It's
No, you only know that because of the craft.
No,
you know you
no,
only know that.
no,
because-
I had friends that did it. Are you
Any-
kidding me? Any like middle school girl used to do that.
Because they watched the craft, and that's where they learned
No.
it from.
That's not true. I also had tons of friends that would cut their thighs.
Yeah, what's that shit about?
or
So
hit
their
to hide
parents-
it.
they
so
had
they
to
didn't have
hide
to show
it.
their arms.
Yeah. And then in gym class, they would show
See, you
them
don't know
all.
shit,
You
Tony.
don't get it. You have no idea.
Ladies, just forgive your fathers and move on. just do me a favor. Just even if he's dead or just be like, Father, I forgive you, and then move on. Anyway, opening title scene is snapshots of Ginger.
I love it.
You get it? Snapshots of Ginger.
Yeah.
Ginger snaps,
Yep,
if you
yep.
will. Get it?
Oh wait, like snapshots? Like snap?
Yes!
Whoa, you're so smart.
I think this title sequence crackles and pops, if you ask me. Snap, crackle. Anyway, the students love her photos.
They do. I love it.
I love that they're cheering on the photos.
They also think they're hot.
Yeah, they're like, let's see Ginger's pictures again.
I mean,
so-
it's Katharine Isabelle. I mean, if I was in that classroom.
But like, it's also her. Like, I don't think it's just those two that are morbid. If someone showed those, like, I think if everyone's going like, oh my God, let's see all the bloody pictures again. Even the girls were cheering too.
Yeah. And for a second, when the teacher first turns around, I thought it was the stupendous Yappy from the X-Files, but it was not the same actor. But I swear I've seen that actor before, the teacher. But he's all like, what the hell is this? This is awful.
So you guys
Go see the counselor. Ah.
I got
counselors never did
yelled at
anything.
once for photos I had in the presentation.
What kind of photos did you have?
Oh, I don't want to say his name.
Do it. Fuck him.
Jessica, cut this part out. Okay, Jessica, you can continue it now.
Keep it in.
He was our what was he, environmental sciences teacher?
Yeah.
And I did a project on temperate grasslands, and I did a PowerPoint. And I'm like, yes, you find a lot of cacti in temperate grasslands. And then I found a picture of an old guy with a cactus that looked like a dick between his legs going like that. I'm like, and there's an example of a cactus. And then everyone's laughing. I'm like, please. I'm like, I'm trying to do a presentation. I didn't laugh at any of your presentation. He's just looking at me with like rage in his eyes. And then I'm like, here are some of the animals you could find. And then I'm like, you can find lions. And I just had 2 lions just fucking. Like, you can see the ball sack on the lion. And again, they were laughing. I'm like, please, ladies and gentlemen, I'm trying to do it. And I looked at him like, I don't know what their deal is. I'm trying to enlighten them. And he like just flipped out at me. And then he's like, the best is he pulled me outside. He's like, what would your mother think of this? I'm like, and I looked at him like, I showed her and she said it probably wasn't a good idea, but she was laughing. So I went.
That is great. And it's good to know you've always been like this ever since you were a kid.
My favorite was
I have to pee. I actually have to pee.
My favorite was just turning it around on the other students. I'm like, please, I did not do this to yours or yours. I'm trying.
So internet, he hasn't just been doing this to you guys all of a sudden.
By the way, it was a group project. And I said, don't worry, guys. I'll make the slide.
So did they not see it?
I didn't show them ahead of time, no.
They totally write that in there.
So I said, I'll do the slides and I'll present it.
Wow.
Oh my God.
Were they proud of you?
Oh, no, they weren't too happy. Everyone thought it was funny. It was very informative. Here's the thing. I put a lot of good information there. He just didn't like the pictures I took.
Lying's having sex and a...
What's wrong with that?
It's science.
It's very science.
Yeah.
And I had a picture of a cactus.
That was it, right?
It's not my fault. It was a Catholic school. God made that cactus. He should take it up with God. Why did God make a cactus look like a dick?
That's a great question, actually.
Am I right?
There's a lot of things that look like dicks.
Hold on, why is my grandmother calling? Hold on.
I'll do it on the show.
Yeah. Yes.
Do it on the show.
Yeah.
I wish my family called me.
Again, do it right now. Look at the camera. Look at your camera. Say, Dad, I forgive you. Say it.
No.
There you go. There you go. They're just trying to help you here.
No.
Say, Mom, I forgive you.
No. No. They need to forgive me, or something. I don't know. No. Something.
Yeah, I mean, she was invited, but she's not going.
Her family calls her. There's people invited to things. I'm feeling really left out and really lonely. Everyone else have families that love them?
Oh. No. Currently, what she's talking about, I think, is Johanna's mom is not attending Johanna's wedding. And I will also not be attending the wedding. I'm actually hanging out with Johanna's mom.
Okay.
Really
there's
fast.
no middle. My mother's the one who's in the wrong and hasn't apologized to me.
Ooh, I'm feeling this so hard.
No,
right
it doesn't.
now.
No, it doesn't go both ways because I did nothing to her.
I'm feeling this.
You know what happened? She didn't help me move. She didn't help me move. Well, then why are you asking me about it? I'm not answering.
Okay.
We need parents.
Jesus.
Calling again.
Jesus Christ.
You know who's a good mother? The mother in this movie.
Right?
Mimi
I want
Rogers.
her so
Oh my God.
Tom
bad.
Cruise's ex-wife.
Is that
Mimi
really
Rogers.
Tom
It's his
Cruise's
first wife, yeah.
I did not know that.
Yes.
I was
She was in...
She's the fucking hero of this story.
She was the mom in the Lost in Space remake from
Amazing.
the 90s.
That's amazing.
Yeah, she's probably the biggest actress in the movie.
I don't think I realized that.
Yeah, and
She's amazing.
she also apparently bought all her wardrobe.
For her,
Yeah.
she looks great. She she fits that part
Yeah.
so well.
So, later on, they're playing field hockey.
Yep.
Because, again, this movie's not a feminist movie, but it's definitely a girly movie. I agree with Joe Bob when people are like, it's feminist. I'm like, can women not just have movies about them without having to have a feminist
it
agenda?
doesn't
Like,
need
Yeah, I had this conversation with you earlier too, because technically I wouldn't even call it feminist because at one point B relies on a man to do work for her.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
God,
It's
imagine if they
not.
remade this now. Oh, God.
Anyway,
I would be there protesting with signs.
Yeah.
Like, leave it alone.
But apparently, a dog was murdered on the hockey field and no one saw it until
she was pushed into
I thought
it.
that was a little weird.
Yeah.
And like it wasn't even like it was like okay, like guts are just kind of like
No, it's a full corpse.
It's like a full thing.
Someone would have saw that a while ago.
We see like I played field hockey in middle school, and we would see just like dead birds on the field, and we saw that right away. I think we would see a dead
And this is where she's like
dog.
getting bullied by that girl, right?
Yeah, because the guy came out onto the area or whatever, right? The drug dealer dude. I can't remember his name.
Yeah.
And then she's all like, "Hey!"
Was it
In my
Sam?
notes,
Sam.
my notes, he's van guy.
Van. Yeah.
Also, I love how Ginger acts like a badass, and then as soon as a cute boy gives her attention, she's like,
that's the whole thing. Like,
Yeah,
I'll kick her ass, and when then it comes down to it, she's like, "Oh fuck, I'm not gonna do anything."
Yeah.
I don't know what's
That's
going
the whole
on
thing.
here.
Yeah, it's being a teenager. It's
yeah, I'm like a tough chick, and blah blah. Oh my god,
Yeah.
Dan, talk to me. Like that's like that.
Yeah, me today. Whatever. If I'm saying I'm gonna fight somebody, I'm probably gonna fight somebody. I'm 32. I have nothing to lose.
my goal is to get kicked out of clubs.
Like
Guys,
one day he'll get his ass kicked.
I'm sorry, gals. Ginger's got cramps.
Do you think it's cramps?
Give it a rest for 2 seconds. Oh.
Which is funny because it's not even like cramps. It's just back pain.
yeah.
Well, Mimi Rogers thinks it's cramps because apparently
That's not what cramps are, though. Cramps,
No.
like it.
Like your whole body hurts.
If you knew, you would know.
blame the woman who co-wrote the script. Why didn't she explain
gonna.
it better?
But
Yeah. So
like you get back pain too, whatever. But like, it's,
your entire body.
it's a
you just feel
completely
like you're
different thing.
Dying.
I knew a girl who was like, my butt gets sore a little bit, and that's it. I'm like, oh,
must be fucking nice.
Yeah.
I literally die every
girl is
month.
different. Every girl is different, and I know people that are bedridden every single time.
Mine
like,
are getting progressively worse as time goes on. And this is why I don't want children.
get rid of them.
Get rid of what?
Cut those babies out.
Cut what out?
The ovaries and shit. Get it all
You
out.
don't just cut the ovaries. I need an actual like entire thing ripped out.
Yeah, rip that whole thing out.
You want to pay?
You could be like Black Widow.
You want to pay?
Get it all ripped
Yes,
out.
they're like, oh my god, do that. Oh,
Dude, honestly, so say if like Black Widow stuff happened to me, whatever, I'd be like, oh, thank God. Like,
early, get it done with.
thank God.
So, yeah, so she's menstruating,
end
and
up
both
pregnant.
girls are late to
I
menstruating.
would though, my luck.
So the girls are close in age. They're supposed to
They
be like
are.
a year apart,
They're- yeah.
maybe.
A year apart, but the
What's it called?
Bridget,
Irish twins?
Yeah.
It's me and my sister.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Even though me
Bridget
and my
skipped
sister
a
were
year.
never like this.
No, you and your sister were not very good friends.
We were also polar opposites.
Yeah.
But my cousin and I, my cousin lived with me when I was in 3rd grade. She was in 4th grade, but we were only a couple months apart.
Mm.
We were best friends. Best friends. We still are. And that's kind of what it feels like. If only we were in each other's same grade, but I was friends with all of her friends.
But apparently they're
It was nice.
both late to menstruating. They're 3 years late, I think.
They're about 3 years late, because Ginger's about to turn 16 and Bridget's 15. So they're both 15 right now.
Yeah, and what's her face like doesn't want to menstruate?
No, they don't want to get older.
They don't want
they
the
don't want to
curse.
deal with it. They don't want the curse. They don't want to grow
Dude,
up. They
dude,
don't
no.
wanna- It sucks.
You would never, Tony,
The
you would
tagline
never,
for 2 is the curse is back.
I do think that's great.
you would never want this. I
No.
guarantee it.
I agree.
Yeah.
But yeah, later that night,
with it.
she starts bleeding. Just spraying that blood all over the park. They have a plan to like fake a dead dog picture to creep out the girl.
Yes.
But while they're out there, they're attacked by the beast.
Well, they run over this other, they run into another dead dog. What,
Right.
Are all the dogs that are dying just Dobermans? It just looks like they're all just.
No, not all of them.
It's the
I think they keep
one,
reusing the
right?
same
It's the
thing.
same dead dog over and over. They're
But
all
yeah,
the
so
same.
the beast attacks them.
Because it can smell the blood.
Yes.
Yes.
And it reminds me of
You can do it, Tony.
American Werewolf in London.
There you go.
When they get attacked on
Yes.
like that big grassy field.
Yep.
And not to be confused with the superior American Werewolf in Paris, which I think we all agree is better. A movie's awful. And
Yeah.
we'll talk about it one day on Werewolf Wednesdays.
That'd be great.
Look at all those fucking movies we got there.
So-
Felicia Day is in one of them.
I love Felicia Day. There's so many.
Speaking of which, before we move on.
No. Speaking of Felicia Day,
Oh,
guess what?
What?
She likes porgs. What a babe.
She was one of the only good things in the new Mystery Science Theater. I actually really liked her in that.
she's great.
Speaking of werewolves, I just want to let everyone know on this channel.
Little one.
There you go. There you go. And you're
On
also
this-
getting-
Mothra right here.
yes, riding the pork.
Riding the pork.
I still think that should be your tramp stamp.
On this
I think I'm gonna
channel,
get a chance.
there is a review for The Howling 3, which is the best werewolf.
love The Howling.
No, Howling 3.
I know. I've never seen the third.
The Marsupials. It's the best werewolf movie ever made. I have a review for it on here. Yeah, so they're attacked, and then creepy van guy, the drug dealer, just
Sam.
smashes into the werewolf.
All right, well, you also left out the whole. Literally, Ginger was just pulled away, and
Oh yeah, she's like
died.
shredded.
Yeah.
She's like ripped apart.
But no, just in the
fully,
beginning,
like,
like she's just pulled
bleeding.
away, and
Yeah.
B has no idea where. I was gonna say B had no idea, but it just kind of just morphed into like its
go.
own thing.
I thought it was a callback to the Spider-Man episode where Kieran had a Chinese Chinese bootleg of Spider-Man, and Peter Parker's name in it was Peter Pock.
That's awesome.
No, but when Ginger's like pulled away by the monster, like she's nowhere to be found. You just hear
Nowhere.
screaming.
Yeah.
So that was actually kind of like stress inducing.
Yeah.
And then eventually, no, she comes just like running out and she's covered in blood, ripped
Yes.
up, like
And then
the frick.
the van guy just smashes into the thing.
'cause they
I
run
love
across-
that it's like arm is twitching.
Yeah, they run across the street and then it.
Just kick
Yeah.
it.
And in this world, the werewolf does not turn back into a human as
Nope.
they usually do.
And it actually dies from being hit by a van.
Yep. It's not
The
like it's like
confusing thing,
super
though-
strength type thing.
I think so, but it's weird that like. So what happened with that body? Because there's like, animal removal. You think someone would be like, that looks not like a dog. Let's take
Maybe it was rabid. Probably.
I don't know, but he hits it and he's like confused by it. As you would be if you ran into like a weird naked dog monster.
Thing like that.
But they take Ginger home and she's freaking out and then she's fine. She's like already starting to heal.
yeah.
I don't know why
Yeah,
that's a
because she
werewolf
goes
thing.
and she's touching
Yeah.
the claw marks on her arm and she's like, does this hurt?
Yeah.
And she's like, no. And she's like, oh my God, what the hell? It's already healing. Like, what
Yeah.
the fuck?
But then there's a change in Ginger because the next day she's smoking the marijuana like a cigarette. And I thought that was very bad. It was very bad.
So, fun fact marijuana is great for period cramps.
It really is. It's great for a lot of things.
God damn. Okay. You finished your vagina monologues over there?
No. Welcome to Ginger. See, this is why we wanted Newt,
Wow.
not you. Because Newt would not be judging us. He'd be like, vagina? Yeah.
For many reasons.
Yeah.
Talk more about vaginas.
Yeah. But you, I guess you're repulsed by
Are you
vaginas.
anti-vagina?
I'm going to plead the fifth on that one. So her sister...
So hashtag cancel Tony. Newt, we're going to bring you right
Someone,
here.
all right.
Take your-
So we're recording this. We're recording
Wow.
this the day a new cancel attempt popped up. Apparently, I believe QAnon.
Forgot.
Some guy in my comments is like, "You believe QAnon and you have daddy issues?" He left that on the Hook review, and I was like, "QAnon was cringe," and I love my dad. But he's like, "All right, so you don't, but the internet said you believe in QAnon." I'm like, "What the fuck? I've never mentioned QAnon in my life." No
have-
offense to the people who believe in it. That's fine.
Full offense.
Whoa. Anyway,
I need to
Hack the movies
counteract what you say, say against
movies
me.
is where people come together from all sides. Anyway, her sister is creeping on her in the van because she's like not acting like herself because Ginger wouldn't,
Trying to be a little bit more badass.
she's like, I'm
Smoking
cool.
weed's terrible.
I'm going to smoke the marijuana like a cigarette. Because earlier in the movie, she was like, look at them. We can kill them. They're doing drugs, throwing their lives away, not crying about bullshit and planning our suicides like cool people like us. Ginger's the worst. Anyway.
She actually gets like progressively worse.
But I kind of like her as she gets worse.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I like how she's. Yeah, girl, get it.
Yeah,
So
get
then we
risky
find out-
there. Yeah.
Oh my god! By the end, I was like, I want to be Ginger so bad.
Yeah. So at the end, so we find out like she's growing hair from where her cuts are.
Yeah.
Doesn't really make sense when we see the full werewolf. I'm gonna complain about that. But yeah, she's starting to grow hair. She's like, I can't have a hairy chest.
It is really funny too how it's technically like puberty.
Yeah.
Like,
Okay, so I have that in
About
there.
it, yes.
I love the nurse scene.
That is fantastic. The nurse scene's fantastic.
So this whole movie is treating werewolfism like just going through puberty, kind
So-
of,
Which is just like Jennifer's body.
yeah.
And also, we just watched the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. There was a lot of that in there where like Uncle Ben's like, I went through the same thing. Your body's changing. And it's like, oh, but they don't know that it's changing in a different way. There's a lot of parallels there.
But I recently just hosted a female in horror panel at Creature Feature in Gettysburg, and I actually did an insane amount of research about what people think about females in horror and the 80s slashers and blah, blah, blah. And then another thing that came up was about ginger snaps and Carrie, and about how a lot of those can be about just a woman going into womanhood. And is it saying that people should fear a woman changing into a womanhood or embracing it? It's very odd how two totally different views for the same exact thing.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's, oh, look, it's a woman coming into a womanhood and she's turning into a monster. Is that a bad thing? Or is it just saying, hey, the change is kind of scary for a woman or for a girl going into a womanhood? It just, it looks at so different.
You don't know. What are you?
Well, I was going to say,
I'm kidding. I'm just being
did
an
the
ass.
whole like being a female in a horror film and, you know, womanhood, did any of that come up in Swamp Zombies 2 with your character?
I said I was moderating the goddamn thing.
I'm just saying, like, when you were playing that character, did any of that play?
I did think about it because I did have love for the zombies. I was for the zombies because they were also human. But when they started attacking me, I had to save my own life and those around me.
Oh, you actually like that? I still
And
haven't seen it.
Oh, got you.
I'm sorry.
Because you're just so anti of the second one, which is a revelation.
I
the
said
first
it.
one.
I said it's the Last Jedi of the Swamp Zombies series. I mean, I'm sure Johanna's going to watch it and get a tattoo underneath her porg of whatever was in Swamp Zombies 2.
I will.
Thank you. Thank you. It's just
Anyway.
his face.
Crystal's gonna be my tramp stamp.
Yes! Life goals.
Gonna have her like.
Okay.
Can I
So-
be
so
like the
guys-
Evil Dead version.
So since this is a very female-centric film, I just want to know, because you probably relate to a lot of the stuff in this. What was your guys' period cake like?
I didn't get a period cake.
You got a period cake? Did you get a period?
No.
Can I tell my period story?
Oh my god.
It's not graphic or anything, but I just remember
Johanna,
everybody.
we tell
like 99.9
wholesome
males.
stories on this show, like Newt shitting and
I forgot about him shitting in the pool.
anyway, yes, tell your period story.
Anyway.
0.22, like 0.002% of the females that watch
real quick, let me
this.
check something. Oh, our live viewers are going down. Anyway, tell your period story.
Live.
But it is.
Anyway.
That joke's going to be funny when it is
And
live, but keep going. Keep
watch
going.
they just go up. So anyway, I remember all my friends were getting it before me, and I'm like, well, what the frick? Like, I feel left out. All these people, like, all my friends have it before me. What is going on? And I remember them just talking about how horrible it is and blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, oh God, like, do I want this? And I woke up one morning going to school, and I went and used the bathroom, realized it was just like tiny little spots. I'm just like, oh, this is it? And I was like, Mom, I got my period. She's like, all right, well, throw a pad on and get in the car. And I'm like, okay.
Get in the car.
All right. And then I put a pad on and I got in the car and went to school.
Yeah.
I didn't get a period cake. Why is this mom so supportive in this? And my mom's just like, fuck you. As you heard too earlier.
Yeah. So no period cakes?
No.
Oh.
Yeah, literally. Slap pad on, walk it off, let's go. Yeah.
Okay.
It's not like we're dying and we're going through an insane change
Do any of
and
your-
our bodies hurt and
I
we
mean,
don't
you
know
sure-
what's happening.
You really act like it. Do any of your
Mine are
friends
progressively getting worse.
do any of your friends get period cakes?
I've never asked.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But I'm sure
Maybe
their parents were more supportive.
Yeah,
But now
probably.
I wonder,
Yeah.
did my friends get like boner burgers? Like, oh, you got your first boner. Here's a burger. Like, is that a thing?
So,
Are you literally comparing?
No, hold on.
boner
Pause. I just want to say, technically your first boner, you're like a fucking infant.
Yeah, maybe.
So why the fuck would you be fed a burger? You asshole.
Oh,
the
your
fact
balls
that you're
dropped. Here's some wontons.
Poggers.
Here's your ball drop wontons. I don't know. Anyway.
Your bow buns.
So what I'm
God.
getting is your mothers hate you because they probably didn't forgive their mothers. So it's a cycle that just repeats. Anyway, forgive your mothers. Forgive your mothers and
What
your
about
fathers.
the fathers?
Huh?
What about the father? Like, is
Forgive
there-
Or
Forgive both of them.
make your own family.
I
It's a
agree with
little
that
too
one.
new age for me. So where am I at here? I
therapy session at this point.
Right? I'm
I
so sorry
kinda-
for this episode. I just wanted it to be about ginger snaps.
This is straight talking about like our lives growing up, the challenges, how we had parent issues. Thanks, Tony. Is this what you
Oopsie.
wanted?
Here's a reminder: I have a female
See,
editor, and I'm sure she's
I don't
enjoying
think this
editing
would have
this right now.
happened if we had Newt.
I don't think so either. Because he'd
But
be like,
Newt's
I went through
face
those
just had
same
to fall
changes.
apart.
Okay, so I want to see the movie within a movie that they're watching.
Newt, we actually missed you.
So the werewolf movie that they're watching actually looks ridiculous.
Yeah.
Oh my god, there it is! It's hideous!
Not as good as the movie within a movie and Howling 3, The Marsupials. But I actually was watching, like, I kind of feel like I would watch that movie.
It was horrible and great.
Yeah. But the next day,
Yes.
Ginger shows up with a makeover.
She looks hot as well.
She is.
Little streaks.
I love
Well, that's not,
this scene.
that's the werewolfism is doing that. Because
Yeah.
they
Yes.
get bigger as it goes.
But
Yeah.
it looks hot. And
As
she's
you're
wearing
rogue.
tighter clothes. So they wore baggy clothes and stuff
Yep.
like that. And all of a sudden now she's embracing herself.
And she's
now she's
titty
getting
bouncing all
comments.
down the hallway there.
And it's,
I would hardly call that titty bouncing.
yeah, they're wow. She's 16. She's turning
Why are you
16. Why are you
sexualizing a-
sexualizing?
Why did they play the
a
scene in
16
slow
-year-old?
motion and linger on it?
Fun fact, it's the same scene in Jennifer's body.
It is.
Oh my God, it is.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why everybody's like, oh, so this is basically ginger snaps.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so she's like, you know, cool, wearing tight shirts.
But you see her go through this change literally as she's walking down the hallway. Like, okay, I'm feeling my, like, now I'm kind of nervous. And then she's hearing compliments.
Yeah, and she's super horny for guys now.
Yeah, she's
Yep.
fucking 16. Were you not horny when you were 16? Like, I was.
I know he was.
Oh.
Yeah, probably.
Who the fuck wasn't horny when they were 16?
I mean, people with like conditions that, you know, kill their sex drive, that you're
Oh
being
my
very
God.
ableist, being very I feel like
Are
we've
you
made this joke
serious?
before. I feel like we've literally done this joke before.
Why did your voice get
I
super
feel like
high?
everything we've said before.
So anyway, Van Guy confronts Brigitte. And he asks about the thing he hit. He's like, what the fuck was that thing? She's like, leave me alone. And then later at night, we see that Ginger's growing a tail.
Yes. And they have to tape it to her leg later. Yes.
Honestly, this whole transformation, like from this point on, is like the grossest werewolf transformation
Yeah.
I've ever seen in any movie.
Yeah. That tail, as that progressive, it gets grosser and grosser. At some point, you actually see it kind of wagging on the ground. I just noticed that today. I've seen this so many times. I've seen it for the first time this year, but I have watched it probably at least 50 times this
So-
year.
As you should.
Yeah,
So then
like, I'm trying to make
Bridget
up for
goes
it.
to creepy Van Guy. And she's like, it's a lycanthrope. Or he suggests lycanthrope, and she's
Yeah.
like talking
She's
about
like, I know what that means.
So she kind of like implies that she's the werewolf
Yeah.
to him because she doesn't want to mention it's his sister, even though it's real obvious. But he does the whole like, let's forget the Hollywood rules. And it's like, okay. When movies do that, it's like, just, all right, we know, just relax.
Yeah.
Relax about it. But they're
But
like,
yet
look,
they go into the Hollywood rules of here's silver and
yeah, I think that's one of the things he tries to, well, because he suggests that there should be like an antidote. He's like, or else there'd be more of it, but there wasn't. And then is this where he gives the ring? Yeah, I think he gives her like a silver ring.
When then she shows up at his place or whatever it is in his greenhouse.
Yeah. And then there's the whole she's ovulating scene.
Hey, she's ovulating. That's hilarious.
When she's like hooking up with a guy and the car just
she is just so
ovulating.
she was making out with him on the field and everything. I was like,
and then later on that night, Ginger snaps and starts clawing up her boyfriend.
It's not her boyfriend.
Whatever.
Love this scene so
I do like the misdirect where she comes home covered in blood and she's vomiting the blood. She's like, I had to eat him. Like,
I love the scene right before that though, when she's literally in the car on top of him.
Oh yeah.
Where what did she say? I should have wrote this line down. When he was like, calm down, relax. Like, I'm the man. Like, let me be the man of this. And she goes, you want to be the man? All right. Like, she like gets on him and like tears him apart. I'm like,
I like when he shows
like,
up for school the
right,
next day, like, yeah, Ginger.
She's like, beat up, like she really rocked my world.
But yes, that misdirection was really great when she's in the bathroom throwing up.
Yeah. So she's throwing up. She mentioned she killed someone. And you're like, oh no. And then like, where's the body and the neighbors? And you find out she ate the neighbor's dog.
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, that's a good misdirect.
That was really
good. So yeah, they pierce Ginger's belly button with the silver to hopefully stop the change.
It's like, how do you feel? And she's like, I'm feeling wicked.
And then I wrote here, how come her tail doesn't go away in her human form? But I think I realized it's not your traditional turning into a werewolf and back to a person.
No.
She's gonna just turn into that werewolf and then be that werewolf.
She always has that tail now. That
Although it seems like she gets better at some point. But anyway,
see, I never seen the second one.
She lays the smackdown on the bully girl.
I love that because she also the bully girl, whatever her name is just a bitch.
Yeah.
The entire time. She's also like trying to hook up with Sam. That's another reason why the girl doesn't like her is because she's in love with the van guy and Brigitte's talking to him as well. Mm-hmm. And she's just a fucking like that girl that everyone hated in school because she was popular, pretty, and just a straight up bitch.
And this scene was really tense for me because as I was watching it, a moth just started flying around me.
Mothra?
No, just a regular moth. I guess there was like a moth in my room, and I was like, ah! Like while the scene was happening.
They're fuzzy
like,
friends, though.
Get it out! And then I was like, what happened? Oh, they're fighting.
They're fuzzy friends, though. What if it was a cockroach? Like, I'd be like, a little more like, ugh. If it's a moth, I'd be like, all right, you're a little too much of my space here, but...
freaked out by a moth?
Ginger's boyfriend, not her boyfriend, I guess. The guy
she's fucking.
Yeah. Starts peeing blood.
Yeah, he is.
He's got werewolfitis from unprotective sex.
I like how that's like a thing, like with Ginger, it's just shown as a period. With him, it's just like, oh yeah, you're peeing blood.
Yeah, it's a little more vicious.
It's a man period.
Yes.
So he doesn't know what the hell's happening. He's like, oh god.
What was it when he was walking down the hallway and he's like, my pen exploded.
My red pen. It was a red pen. Leave me alone. But yeah, so she's still trying to do the whole thing. Like, I'm turning into a werewolf, creepy van guy. I need help. But it's like, it's so obvious Ginger's the werewolf. She's got the fangs.
That was the part where I'm just like, how do you not know it's the sister when she literally shows up and she has fangs behind her? And
that would literally be like if like we're all camping and someone's dying. And we're like, oh no, there must be a killer out there. Hey, goalie who happens to be in the woods. That's a weird time to play hockey. Have you seen a killer? And it's like, oh, that's clearly the killer.
It's actually just Johanna who's the killer.
I'm just trying to get Tony.
We're just
Take him out.
Just let it happen. It's okay.
So yeah, then the bully girl, she blames Ginger for killing her dog, right? Yeah, and she comes over. They're screaming. They're fighting. The girl slips and just
literally slips on milk. She has the knife in her hand.
Yeah, because she grabbed the knife to defend herself, even though they weren't doing anything. Ginger wasn't even like being aggressive. She was just like fucking with her.
Yeah. But she fucks with her all the time. Yep. So it's just payback, bitch.
But yeah, so she slips, cracks her head open.
Right on the corner.
And then this is a pretty tense scene with the parents coming home.
Yeah.
The way this scene goes, I was like, wow, that's actually really brilliant.
Yeah.
Like-
So because they take so many pictures of them pretending to be dead all the time, they just get rid of the body and then throw her in the blood. And she's like, Daddy, it's corn syrup.
She has no problem.
And she's
licking
sitting
the
there
blood.
like,
I feel bad for the dad in this movie. He's just like, what the fuck is going on?
he just does not.
It reminds me of the dad
Yeah.
in Hereditary. Like, oh man, what
He
the
just
fuck
seems
did I
so
get into?
disconnected. He's kind of an asshole sometimes too when they're like going to her for help. He's like, why would they go to you for help?
No, I like that. I like that. I like that. Hold on. So yeah, they hide the chick in the freezer.
Love
And
it.
the mom's about to see it, and they're like, how do we distract her? And the girl just goes, Mom, what do boys want? And then we never learn what boys want.
What, Tony, can you tell us what
Yeah.
boys want?
tell us.
I don't know. It never said. What did I want at
What
that
do-
age?
What do boys want, Tony? Can you teach us?
What age boy? And I can tell you what I wanted at that age.
The age that we're talking about, Tony.
What are they, 15, 16? When I was 15, I really wanted to see Peter Jackson's King Kong. I was following the production a lot with that one.
Oh, that's right. You weren't terrified until you saw the 40-year-old
Yeah.
virgin.
Yeah, 40-year-old virgin really woke
I
me
forgot
up there.
about
And then when I was
that.
16,
Because then you realize,
That's when
sex
you
is a
woke up?
thing.
when I was 16, I was like, all right, well, I probably want a girlfriend. And that was a fucking mistake. I'm still kicking myself for.
Yeah, maybe you should just kept in your nerdy shit.
Yeah.
Probably would have been better
old
off.
virgin that woke you up?
Well, it was like a warning for me.
Yeah, he was telling me the story about how he was watching it and realized that like
My room kind of looked like that guy's
cannot
house.
tell the story.
Thank you.
He realized that the room and like all the figures and stuff were very similar to what he had, and he was like, "Oh shit, that's me.
And girls
I should
weren't.
probably get laid."
And girls weren't talking to me at that time.
But you were like 15
Yeah.
when your room probably should look like that.
I mean, my everywhere I live still looks like that. But
So does a lot of guys that work here in this rental place. including
luckily,
you.
I'm not surrounded by nerdy bullshit anymore.
Nope.
The best thing is Tony became a man whore after that. And, he probably shouldn't have.
I can't imagine Tony a man whore.
Oh my god!
Really?
Yeah,
It was,
college.
It was bad.
College,
Really?
college-
It was bad.
College was fun.
It
Anyway,
was bad.
Get them.
They thought he was attractive, which he was at that time.
at the time, you bitch. What?
Well, if I said you were attractive now, number one, that would be weird because I'm engaged. Also, you have a girlfriend that I love very much. So,
I think you can still say people are attractive no matter what.
but he's not attractive. I'm just trying to make him feel better.
I'm sorry. I want to see pictures of attractive Tony.
I'll show you. I
Okay.
have pictures.
Fuck all of you. Anyway.
Jessica.
Well, I don't know what men want, but I know that
Jessica, I'm gonna send you a picture.
according to this movie, a girl can only be a slut, tease, bitch, or the virgin next door.
Yes.
I'm deciding which one's which in my head.
Really?
Anyway,
I think we're all of them. Put the one.
Tease, bitch.
Oh, by the way,
Because no one's a virgin.
No one's
I was-
the virgin or girl next door.
I
right
was
here.
watching this on the Joe Bob thing, and I realized that he's talked about how this movie came out for like a week in Canada, and then The Mummy Returns knocked it out of theater.
Yes, it did.
Amazing.
They were like,
It-
"Get this movie with the period kick out of there. We got to put Brendan Fraser on screen."
It did not do well in Canada or
No.
really anywhere else.
But
And
yeah.
it actually lost an insane amount of money.
So here's the thing: girls are supposed to mature faster than men, right?
yes.
Puberty wise, but
Yes.
apparently male werewolves just start turning a lot faster because he's like already like. I guess also because he's a male, and male like dogs and wolves are a little bit more aggressive sometimes. Actually, no, I think it's equal.
Sometimes.
I think it's equal with like wolves.
I don't think so.
The aggressiveness, right?
don't-
Aggressiveness?
Not that I know of.
I wouldn't be shocked if it wasn't aggressive. A lot of female animals tend to actually be more aggressive.
No,
than
that's the
males.
funny thing.
I know it is with lions.
Well, that's
Like
the thing.
that
No, there's a
with-
lot of people who do like the whole alpha thing, and I don't think they realize a lot of times the alpha is the female.
It's actually the female,
Depending
Yeah,
on,
when they're saying they're lions, and it's just like, oh, honey.
yeah,
Yeah.
It's like the male. I mean, the male lions are pretty tough, but I mean, you know,
Just because
They
they have
gotta
to
figure
go
it
hunt,
out.
the
They
females
gotta
are
figure-
like defending.
male
their-
lion just needs to like kind of make sure I got a lot of hair on my neck and get these chicks riled up.
Jesus Christ.
But anyway, he's
The
definitely
original neck beards.
Yeah, he's he's transforming like way faster.
He is.
Like it's just like it's like way scarier.
I also like his acne.
Yeah. Breaking out in acne. The title is be like Ginger Snaps is about puberty.
It really is though. It really is.
Yeah, even for the guy, yeah.
Ginger Snaps is about change. So yeah, no one ever asks what's going on with Ginger's teeth. Like no one ever says, "Hey, by the way, Ginger, what the fuck is up with your teeth?"
Honestly, I would only say that it's like a normal thing because it's Ginger. Like, look how she's been with like all the occult stuff. They wear raven skulls on their necks.
I guess so.
Like you saw girls they used to wear and still do wear ears and the tails, and I actually knew girls that wore fangs.
Yeah, so.
Actually,
Oh my God.
I did know girls that wore fangs in middle school.
Oh my God! Sorry, you just mentioned tail. I was buying scratching posts for my cat this weekend, and like the guy at the register was just like Twitter incarnate. Like he was sitting there, he's just like, like my girlfriend was with me, and you know she has the buzz cut right now, and she's like, okay, you can put it here, ma'am. Or they, you know, I can't like assume. And like my girlfriend was like, I just want to buy a scratching post. And then he was just like being really annoying. And then we turned around, he had a tail, like, you know, like furries that haven't gone full furry. I just had the tail.
I very rarely see a guy wear one.
He was at a pet store wearing the tail.
Yeah.
I still have, I'm in a pet store a lot because I have a lot of animals.
Yeah.
I still have not seen a pet employee just wear a tail.
Whatever you want to do on your free time or whatever, it's fine. But the fact that you're doing that at a store.
And he was watching like a video on YouTube, like,
what? Where was this?
Petco, across from where I used to manage that Pier 1.
That's where I got cream puff.
Yeah.
Well, don't go there anymore.
And I'm making a joke in my head that I'm not going to say out loud. Anyway.
Oh, damn.
So yeah, no one ever asked about Ginger's
hamster.
teeth. I'm sorry, you mentioned like someone wearing a tail, and I'm like, oh, the guy was really annoying. Like my girlfriend's just like, why did you like?
Why did they allow him to wear a tail?
I don't know.
I don't know. If I went in there and I saw a dude with a tail in a pet store, I'd be like, I'm never coming back here. He probably fucks the animals. Like,
yeah.
Probably don't leave this in.
So we find out that
is that they have a uniform.
We find out that Ginger's mom has the plant that they needed for the cure, because they found out there was a plant that could work, but it was a perennial. It was not in season, but she got it at the craft store.
Yep.
I guess it's like a dried out one that might still work. Yeah, and then Ginger is trying to cut off her tail.
Yeah, that's so sad.
It also like wasn't working either. Like the way she was trying to cut it off, like it wasn't working.
Yeah, she's like, yeah, she just kind of cuts it up a little bit. She doesn't cut it off.
She's also like frustrated. I'm sure that hurts like hell too.
Yeah. I love that it's bandaged for the rest of the movie. But yeah, then Brigitte like locks her in the bathroom and goes to creepy van guy, and they're like, how are we going to give this to her? And he's like, well, I guess we'll just have to inject the root into her, like liquidate it or whatever they call it. And also he totally guessed that Ginger is the werewolf because it was super obvious.
Yeah. Duh.
Yeah. I like how the amount in the syringe, though, it changes throughout the movie. There's a lot of things that change throughout the movie. Like,
also,
he's not there.
Brigitte has to test out the root on the guy.
Yes.
But like the guy is trying to eat a little kid who's dressed like a puppy. Because he mentions earlier, I forgot he confronted her and the janitor broke him up. That poor janitor. But he's just like, he was like, I just ate my dog. What the fuck? So he just sees little boy dressed as a dog. He's like, I'm going to eat you. And then I like when she hits him with it, he's like, I gotta go home. Like he's just immediately cured.
But I'm surprised they didn't make that many more of them. And she had, did she do that on purpose? Purposely tested on him?
Yeah.
I don't think it was.
I don't think it was on purpose. I think she just happened to come across it.
Yeah,
I thought she was.
No,
I'm pretty sure it was just for Ginger.
Yeah, because
but she happened to come across that situation and was like, oh fuck, well I have to use this.
Kid. Yeah. Because then she would have multiple ones.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what?
Make more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But guess what? Ginger killed the guidance counselor.
Yeah.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
I actually felt bad for him.
And then this scene, the parents find the fingers. The dad finds it, and the mom's like, "Oh, they're fake." And then you realize
this mom is such a ride or die.
Yeah, she is.
Really is.
Like, oh my
fuck
god.
the husband now. I'm here for my girls.
And then
I love it.
And then the friendly janitor dies because Ginger assumed that he was like looking down her shirt.
I think she was just being an asshole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, twist, he's not dead. He's turning into a werewolf. But then, twist, she kills him before the transformation takes place. Real roller coaster of a scene there for the poor janitor.
Yeah.
The mom, she finds the dead body. She picks up Brigitte. And at this point, Ginger has gone full werewolf at the Halloween party. Well, not full, but like her face.
Her face is in her hair.
And it's Halloween. Or
Yeah,
it's
so everyone
her nails are longer.
Yeah.
All right, fits. Wicked costume, baby.
Her nails also randomly get shorter. Like if there's another scene where
I
they're
noticed.
short and then they're long again.
So
like,
this is kind of weird.
I think
she's on a mission to like either kill or bone the van guy.
I think both.
As soon as she walked in with the werewolf stuff, he's like, Ginger, what are you doing here? It's like, dude, you know she's a werewolf. Do you think that's makeup? Kill her right now. Shoot her in the face. Hit her with a shovel. Just murder her right now. She's a goddamn werewolf. Instead, he's like, what's going on? Oh, you have 4 nipples. That's weird. Like, what the fuck?
But like she's kind of hot and like, hey, you have an opportunity to have sex with a really hot werewolf.
No.
If you're in high school, it's like a hot werewolf.
No.
Also, Ginger cancel because he kept saying no and she kept going.
Well,
Cancel Ginger.
I mean, she has a dog. I mean, dogs like hump each other all the time.
But that's not.
She still has like an actual like conscious and shit. Like,
No, the dog part of her brain is overriding it. My sister's dogs fight and hump each other all the time.
That's a dominance thing. Yeah,
exactly. She's dominating.
She's trying to dominate him.
She says,
okay, I'm down with that.
She says, mommy dom. All right.
She just wanted to fuck him. Hey, she wants to fuck.
So yeah, I love.
She looks hot. Everyone's taking notice of her with her blonde hair. It does look like straight up Halloween makeup.
I love that the mom is just like, all right, we'll burn the house down. We'll leave town. Like, what about dad? She's like, he'll just blame me. Like,
screw him. We don't need him. We're good. We'll start over somewhere else.
Joe Bob pointed this out. She kind of like goes into the party and we never see the mom again.
I always wondered that. That
the mom like was like in the party. So did she just start partying? Like.
Yeah,
but apparently she doesn't come back for the sequel, so I don't know what happened to the mom.
Huh.
Unless they recast her. But yeah, now
she never comes out. I mean, I'm sure there's more to do in the story maybe after when she comes home, like looking for it.
Yeah, like that mom is like a loose end.
Yeah. I kind of wish they tied that one up.
Yeah,
maybe she got laid at the party too.
Maybe that's what it was.
I think that's what it was.
Also, like when they like throw her,
Everyone's getting laid.
When they throw Ginger in the van.
Yes.
I love that she's like tricking her to go home, but then like the guy screws it up by hitting her with the shovel, and then I throw her in the van. She starts to look like Gary Oldman in Dracula.
Yeah.
At the very end, like not his full like bat form, like that in between one.
Yeah.
And she transforms fully into the werewolf. Now it's a little weird because she's growing fur the whole time.
No,
shaving it, but when she goes full werewolf. And the effect is cool. I mean,
I like the puppet too.
The puppet and the suit, the budget for the budget, that's a great effect. I mean, obviously you could have a little bit more detail in the face, but for this budget, it looked way. I've seen worse. I've seen worse.
I wrote down what their budget was. Their budget was $4.5 million.
Yeah, no,
but they only made $572,000.
Yeah, oh god,
which is surprising.
I'm pretty sure they made more now.
Yeah, so they get home and the van guy realizes he never fixed his door, so Ginger's just out there. Yeah. And I love that he's like, I got a plan. I'll draw her out. I'll hit her with the needle. It's gonna be great. And then he just gets mauled. Just gets fucking mauled. Also, what's Bridget's plan with mixing her blood with Ginger's?
She wanted to like kind of like get Ginger to be like, look, like I'm in this too. I'm in this with you, just like the Suicide Pact.
Okay.
It's just like I'm in with you too.
Yeah, it's bringing it from the very beginning when they were making a pact together.
I thought it was weird that she wanted to like make herself part.
No, it's literally just like I'm in this with you. Like we can get through this together. Like we'll be
Remember
okay.
who you are.
Yeah. And then she's like, I guess that goes into the whole like when they're like eating the guy's blood, and then she's
like, "Wait, I can't do it."
She's like, "Nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm out at eating dead guy's blood."
Yeah, well, he wasn't dead yet, but
he was definitely dying.
Well, no, he was still alive, and she was eating the blood to be like, "Look, I'm doing this with you, whatever." And then she was like, "No, I can't do it," and throws it up, and then Ginger's like, "Oh, really? Okay," and then snaps his neck.
Their like house is unfinished, like their basement or whatever that they're in. It's got like all these unfinished walls, and like they're clearly like doing construction of the house because they live in like a weird area of the house. I thought that
they live in the
bizarre.
basement.
They live in the basement that isn't finished. And
my mom wanted me to. Yeah, my mom wanted me to live in the unfinished basement.
Their bedroom's finished.
Yeah,
the bedroom.
It's just
finished.
the outside or whatever. I think it's just because it's another like goth thing. Like they want to be down in the cold. And
there's
dark.
like kids that also want to have their bedroom in the attic and stuff like that.
And then I like she's able to kick through the drywall to get in the room. But she ends up not giving her the antidote.
Yep.
Stabs her. Cuts that lady open. Cuts that bitch open. And I can say that because she's a lady dog.
I do like
yes, you can.
breathing effect.
Found a loophole.
You do have a loophole.
Don't yellow monetize me, YouTube. That is a loophole. That is what a lady dog is called.
I like the breathing effect that they had with the puppet where she actually had like B was like laying on Ginger's like
I like this kind of like
it.
tragic ending. Remind me of Jeff Goldblum in The Fly. And Gina Davis has to like shoot Jeff Goldblum in the face. God, that movie. We should do The Fly. The Fly's
then
great.
they're B's just holding Ginger and it zooms out and it ends.
And that's really good. And then they did a sequel.
Yeah, then they did a sequel.
You didn't see it? You did see it?
Oh no, I saw it. It's okay.
Well, we will cover that on Werewolf Wednesdays.
It should have stayed just Ginger Snaps.
Hey, did you see the prequel? Ginger snaps back because they go back in time.
I heard.
Yeah, it's a thing.
I didn't see that either.
You didn't see it?
No, I saw it. It's a thing.
Is it worse than the second?
Guys seem really split on that. I'm surprised they got both to come back.
It's okay. It's okay. I
don't think it's the same writers or directors.
It's not. I kind of like the third one better than the second.
Yeah.
But like they're like, this one I will rave about forever.
Yeah.
The other ones I'm just kind of like they exist.
No, I
Not
really,
no.
I really enjoy this movie.
Like, I was just gonna say the second one basically happens in like a mental institution and it's weird and
because it's about like it's kind of like her going through like withdrawal because she's
because I think it's drugs but it's not drugs.
I read the back of the second one because she has like the werewolf stuff in her but she doesn't have the antidote.
Yeah,
so she's like kind of going through withdrawal and shit.
Yeah.
So I'll check it out. I'll watch all three. We'll come back on Werewolf Wednesdays and cover those. But yeah, I would highly recommend this to anyone. Again, this is kind of one I want to show my goddaughters. I'm like, here, werewolf.
This is literally in like the top
ladies.
5 best werewolf movies like ever made.
I think so too. And I wish I saw this as a kid as well, or at least as a teen.
Mm-hmm.
I think I would have really appreciated it. Like,
I mean, Dog Soldiers is number 2. Howling 3, the Marsupials is number 1. Howling 1 is probably number 3 because Howling 1 is really, really good.
You know my favorite, honestly, favorite werewolf transformation scene, and I know
Trick or
a lot
Treat?
of people. Yep, a lot of people disagree with it, but
It's so good. It's so good.
God, it's the
I have never been. Yeah, I was gonna say I've never been so turned on.
Holy fuck!
With Anna Paquin, right?
Yes,
the girl who was smart and took the role of Rogue in X-Men, unlike Rachel Lee Cook.
Anyway,
who turned down the role
we're
of
wrapping
Rogue in
it up.
X-Men.
We're done now.
But yeah, so that was talking about tapes for Ginger Snaps.
Yes.
Woo!
Thank you for watching. The 3 ladies who watched the show. I'm sure all the guys tuned out at Johanna's period story.
Sorry, not sorry.
It's literally just me and Johanna in the chat that's live. We're like, hey, that was great. That was
thanks for watching the second least viewed episode of Talking About Things behind crazy Christmas movies. That one didn't do that well. Which is sad because we talk about Krampus in that one. Yeah, so thank you for watching. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Listen to the podcast feed. You're about to hear. I better be careful because I forgot to do a voicemail segment for Spider-Man, but luckily I didn't say anything. But the one, what was it? Hook.
It was for Hook. Yeah.
Hook. I went, you're about to hear the voicemail segment. And then as I was watching the premiere, because it was a holiday and I just moved, I'm like, there was no voice. So I had to wait a day, record the voicemail with you, and put the podcast super late. But I'm sure that won't happen again. You're about to hear the voicemail segment. If you're listening to the podcast audio version, please leave us a voicemail. Uncle Luca, call back. We have so many
What a
family
hot
members.
voice.
So many family. Can
You know
we
what?
have our family call?
No,
Right?
you know
Yes.
what? Yeah, you know what? My uncle Luca called. My mom called. Newt's dad called.
I heard
My mom's
that.
gonna call and yell at me for fighting with my mom, even though it's not my fault.
No, your grandmother literally called. So they
just
called the
put her on the
voicemail
voicemail
line.
segment
Here's
anyway.
what I want, everyone. Crystal Quinn's mom or dad, can you call the voicemail line and
Oh my
and
god.
forgive your daughter, please. That's the whole thing here. So I'm sure we're gonna.
Just tell me you're proud of me. That's all I want to hear.
Now I'm waiting for the same guy who pretended to be me
Your
and
Uncle
Newt's
Luca?
parents to be like, Crystal, it's your father. Oh yeah, my
Like,
Uncle
what?
Luca was just a little bit more Italian than my mom. That's my favorite. The guy who called in pretending to be my mom and said, sorry, I'm not Italian. I'm like, my mom's not Italian. So yes, listen to that and we'll see you all later. Goodbye.
Bye, guys.
Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out our other videos and Patreon page.
Talking about tapes.